Dr. Sears is a leading pioneer in natural health, longevity, and immunity. He's successfully treated over 23,000 patients at his clinic, and his groundbreaking treatments have transformed the health of millions. One of the leading doctors in the field of regenerative medicine, Dr. Sears has written 15 books and thousands of articles. Now let's join Dr. Al Sears.
Hello, I'm Dr. Al Sears. Thank you for joining me today. If you've been watching the news lately, it's easy to get discouraged, but I'm not discouraged at all. In fact, today I'm going to tell you about promising news we can all feel optimistic about. I'm talking about the potential power and effectiveness of your immune system to get you through the current crisis we're all facing. And the answers are in your hands right now. You see, it's not something you need to wait for. You already have the resources you need to stay healthy and feel safe. You don't need to rely on the World Health Organization or unelected officials who claim to have science on their side. You are the source of your own health and happiness. And over the next couple of days, I'll show you how to strengthen your defenses for what lies ahead this winter. You'll see that it's completely within your power to make your immune system stronger. It's probably not something you've heard before, but you have two immune systems, and the secret lies in targeting the immune system most doctors and researchers overlook. When we talk about how our bodies develop antibodies from an infection or after receiving a vaccine, we're only talking about one kind of immunity, your adaptive immunity. The adaptation is the development of antibodies that target a specific microbe. If you're waiting for a vaccine, that's the system that you're counting on. But a good way of looking at your immune system is that it has two general divisions. And the other one that is being neglected, other than adaptive immunity, I call shield immunity. We also call it innate immunity. These are the immune defenses that you were born with before you ever caught your first cold or got a vaccine. Think of that as your body's original God-given first line of defense at the cellular level. It's your shield immunity that commands your T cells, killer cells to attack a virus the instant it's detected in your body. When you're young, your shield immunity is vital and responsive. It eliminates any threats that you might encounter, even if you're not aware of them. But the problem is, over time, your defenses weaken. This loss is accelerated by toxins and chemical stress in our modern environment. If you accept this weakened state, you become more and more vulnerable to infection and attack, especially in the winter months. And here's where I draw a line in the sand. I tell my patients to never give in to this doctrine of weakness. We're conditioned to accept disease and frailty with age, but disease is not predetermined. You have a choice. You can support your body's natural ability to defend itself, and you can do this entirely naturally. This is the power of what I call shield immunity. Think about that for a moment. They've always said that you need something you don't have, something to fight bacteria, microbes, and germs for you. No other option exists. Your only choice is to run and hide and wait for their solution. But it turns out we had the healing power all along. There's no need to fear. You can use and activate your God-given immune power to work as it was designed to do. And you can achieve victory over any threat to your health. Now that you have the key to doing exactly that, you don't have to pay Big Pharma. You don't have to wait to get permission from the FDA. The solution is already here. It's changing lives, and it can do the same for you starting today. How can I be so certain? Because my patients and I were on the front lines of this superimmune breakthrough from the very beginning. We've taken our health back into our own hands, and we've built our own shield immunity. And the results have been breathtaking. By the way, today I'm reporting to you from the Sears Institute of Anti-Aging Medicine here in Palm Beach, Florida. I've seen over 23,000 patients of all ages, all the way up to 100 years old, from all walks of life and various backgrounds. I can tell you that across the board, they're enjoying a year-round super health. We have been able to build back robust lungs, which I very much emphasize in my patients. And that has turned out to be a very important part of the immune system. The stronger your lungs are, the more youthful you are in many other respects, including the strength of your immune system. And if there's one system you need to keep young, It's definitely your immune system. No one else is talking about this or doing this. I'm not talking about the kind of immunity that you can get from a vaccine, or even the kind that you'll get from contracting an infectious agent and building your own antibodies. This is a different kind of immunity. I'll get to that in a minute. It's been decades in the making. It's an immune cell technology that makes all this possible. And you don't need to visit my institute to get your hands on it. You don't even have to leave your home. I've logged thousands of research hours working alongside some of the leading minds in regenerative medicine and anti-aging. And together we've discovered, tested, refined, and improved new cellular mechanisms that can change your life, especially when it comes to the strength of your immune system. I've conducted studies and my own protocols, and after all the trials, testing, and calibrating, one technology has stood out heads and shoulders above all the rest. Finally, I can say with certainty, the answer we've been searching for is here. And I'm not talking about antibodies. This is much bigger. This discussion around antibodies you see in the news every day is reaching a new level of hype that really misinforms people, as if that were your only option. If you don't know, antibodies are the proteins generated by your immune system if you're infected. But they stop that specific infection from returning. And if you get an antibody test, and many researchers call an antibody test the holy grail of immunity, that's what they're talking about. But I think they're dead wrong, and my results prove they're missing the big picture. You see, antibodies are only one small part of your immune system, and far from the most important part. Antibodies belong to the circulatory half of your immune system, along with what we call B cells and macrophages. Those are the cells that run around and gobble up infections, viruses, bacteria, any kind of pathogen. But these elements of your immune system are not in charge. They are not the master control switch. They're a secondary system that comes into play when your primary system fails. So what is the primary system? Well, in fact, that's what we're talking about today, your shield immunity. It is the master commander of all your immune operations. It's the brains of the entire project. This is your built-in immunity for everything. And the key to building lasting immunity at any age is not about antibodies. They fade. We're talking about T cells and cellular immunity. That is the natural or innate part of your immune system, your immune shield. That's your frontline defense. And it's so much more powerful than waiting for you to get infected to produce antibodies. This is the immune defense that you are born with. The T cells are the ones that swarm to an infection, a bacteria, or any other pathogen. And once the battle is won, because they are powerful killers, they kill anything that they see as foreign. And once they've done that, they transform into a kind of wise veteran for your immune system. They keep a lifelong record. They record all past infections and keep your immune system fine-tuned and smart in that regard. They recognize those infected cells on site and then coordinate the antibodies and other parts of the immune system response to destroy any infection that might have the bad luck of returning to your body. They're the highest rank in your body's army. And now finally, the world's top universities agree. It's taken a while, but one by one, they seem to be coming around. For instance, Oxford University is recently quoted as saying, T cells are longer lasting than antibodies. Likewise, the University of California, San Francisco calls them your body's antiviral snipers. And the journal Nature, which is very respected, a broad-based view of science and research in general, says it's the T cells that offer lasting protection. And the University of California Institute for Immunology, they say they are far more important than antibodies. Finally, we're getting some important recognition here. Yet, outside of these narrow scientific establishments, still most doctors and most people in the media and big pharma have no interest in this. But aside from their ignorance, there is a problem. There's a problem with T cells that we have come to address in my anti-aging center. The power of your T cells diminished with age. Production of new T cells decline rather dramatically, and in many cases by as much as 90%. And the remaining cells in older individuals, they lose their capacity to do their work. This is called immunosenescence. The important thing is to realize that they didn't exactly die. They were down-regulated and they become dormant. They went into kind of a sleeping state. As a result, your whole immune system with age kind of goes off the rails. But here's the good news. You can wake up and revive old T cells. This winning strategy has transformed the lives of hundreds of my patients. And over the years, I've made exciting progress restoring a robust, youthful immune system. I'm going to reveal this exciting breakthrough from my research and clinical practice. It only takes a few seconds, and you can do it from the safety of your own home. And it gives you what you need to help you survive the winter. So stay tuned. Thanks, and I'll see you then.